Hello, I thought I'd do a fun little video, and since people asked me, ages ago, maybe like 15 years ago, I got rid of an enormous amount of knives that I had, and I also too have some tools here. I'd like to talk about some of these tools you may not have heard of, suggestions, and I got rid of most of them, and if I didn't really use them or find them useful in some fashion, I got rid of them. I've owned, and I still do own, a lot of Spyderco knives. I didn't bring them all out here. I mean, I know about Delicas, which are slightly shorter than the police models, and there's the one that's even smaller than that. That's called the Dragonfly. I've got 2 or 3 of those and given them away as gifts. But see, these are my favorites, and you can get them really cheap. No particular order. And by the way, never ever buy a Gerber on eBay. Literally like 95% of them are fake. And these come in 2 different colors. They're actually made in Oregon in the United States. And they come with this sheath and also too some attachment points, which I didn't bring out here. This is called the Gerber Strong Arm. It is made in America. Yeah, it's made in Portland, Oregon. And there it is. And here's the one I think, and it's the coolest one. And also too, there's probably like 1,000 YouTube reviews of this knife. It's incredibly tough and durable. Once again, never ever buy one on eBay. Even Amazon. I recommend not buying them on Amazon. There's people that sell fakes through Amazon. Go to like Cabela's or Bass Pro or something like get it, or order it directly from the company. This is called the LMF2. It's a survival knife. There's holes here so you could actually attach it to a wood stick as a spear. This is supposed to be for breaking glass, but you could see, and I won't say what else you could actually do with the end of that. I have a few of these. I've got one in the other room. I should have brought in my beat up one, the one that I've actually been abusing the heck out of now for a long time. So look up a YouTube review of the Gerber LMF2. I think this is the single most useful knife out there. Well, actually, it depends what you want to do. I mean, the single most useful knife to me is the one I use every day, which is my Swiss Army knife. There we go. Let me switch hands here. I'm holding up the video recording device. Now, these are M9s. These have actually gotten expensive. These are M9 bayonets. You can actually see it. It's a bayonet for, you could guess what they're for, since the algorithms are always looking at listening. I'm not going to say what they're for. It's a bayonet. Obviously, it attaches right there. M9 bayonet. These have gotten expensive, but you could find used ones, and I've got more than a few used ones. Here I actually did some leather wrap on the handle, and this is the one I actually have used one of these with the leather wrap that I have out at my cabin. These are actually really comfortable with the leather wrap. You can also too get these pretty cheap. These are M7 bayonets. They're really nice, very well made. There we go. And I can show you here a leather wrap. Take my glasses off. A leather wrap I have on this M7 bayonet. I forget the steel on an M7 bayonet, what it is. Like VG10 is most Spydercos, for example. But yeah, these are my 2 favorite fixed blades, which are the Gerber Strong Arm and the Gerber LMF2. There's literally thousands of reviews of this knife. There's a lot of torture tests where people actually intentionally try to destroy it. You can get these for like 80 bucks online. These are like 80 bucks or 85 bucks online also. They actually also too come with a sheath with different attachment points, which I didn't include in this video. And there's a sharpener right here. That's for the LMF2. I have a lot of Spydercos. My favorite of the police models. This one, of course, if you had sweaty hands or it was wet, you actually couldn't get good traction on it because it has stainless scales. And it comes in a few different types of grinds. There's straight grind, and there's this mixed one, serrated and straight. And also too, all serrated. My favorite Spyderco is actually this one. It's the plastic handled police model. And this is a VG10 steel. These are actually made in Seki City, Japan. Maybe Sakai City. which is actually an ancient city where they made the samurai swords. A lot of the cheaper Spydercos are made in China. The quality seems to be just as good. I just got done resharpening this one, but the nicer Spydercos are still made. And you see here, Spyderco VG10 steel and made in Sakai City, Japan. The knife that I use every day for almost most things, and this one has been beat to heck, and the emblem's missing on it. It's a Swiss Army Victorinox Swiss Champ, which you can see here. I think these are like $90 new. I've got like 3 of these. I got one in my cabin, I got one in my vehicle, and I have one in the house that I use all the time. They're just little oddball things. By the way, the coolest tweezers on earth, you wouldn't think it would be, because I have the best tweezers that money can buy that you use for all sorts of things. And I bought 5 of these just on their own because they're so useful, or the tweezers that actually come in Victorinox knives. They're really, really good for picking up small stuff the other tweezers always miss. Here's way better than Gerber, way better than Leatherman. People say, oh, I've got a Leatherman that's lasted forever. Well, the older ones were made really well, but this is the CS Plus. This is Swiss-made Victorinox. It actually comes with this sheath, a real leather sheath, and a little ratchet set, which I never use, but this is it. It's a Victorinox CS Plus. This would run you about like 160 bucks, but this is the best and most durable and well-made multi-tool out there currently. Like I said, old Leathermans were made really well, but the current stuff of the Gerber tools and the Leathermans, no, these are the best currently as far as current production. Everybody should actually have one of these. They're ceramic sharpening rods. I have professional Spyderco sharpeners, but you can actually get these on eBay for sharpening your knives. They're just ceramic sharpening. I use, for my leather cutting, I use scissors to do a lot of leather cutting, and I'm always having to resharpen my scissors using one of these. I also too have one of these in the back room. It's the same thing as this, except the sharpening rod is about that big. And well, anyway, everybody should have a sharpening rod. And second to last, this is I think the Surefire. I've got 4 of these. I got Velcro around there. This is called the L1. It takes either a 123 battery or a 1 AA battery. There's 3 modes. There's flash, there's low, and high. Most useful flashlights. A pocket comes with a little nylon holster for it, but I don't have it here. I've been using one of these for a long time. I love them so much. I've got 4 of them. They're absolutely great. They also too make great gifts. It's just 1 battery, a 123 battery or a AA battery. Last but not least is a Ferrocerium rod. I've probably got like a dozen of these. This is the actual striker. I can't do this one-handed, but look up what a Ferrocerium rod is. You can get these for like 10 bucks on eBay. Always get one of the 1/2-inch ones. The larger rods make bigger sparks, and also to get them in 6 inches rather than 5 inches, because the longer the draw, the more sparks you create as you're actually dragging your striking tool across the rod. I can see one of these lasting a person a lifetime. One of these will start endless thousands of fires. And I put this neck lanyard on here, but so incredibly useful. I think everybody on Earth, and these are fascinating. And also too, the chemical components that actually make up these Ferrocerium rods is quite fascinating. And they create super hot flames, and you know, they're not, they'll start fires whether it's downpouring rain. Not that you could really start a fire in downpouring rain. Doesn't matter if it's wet or cold. It lasts essentially forever, and they're only like 12 bucks. And an absolute necessity. Everybody should have one person for a lifetime. Lasts you forever, always works, never fails. Literally, there's almost nothing in life that you could say that. It lasts forever, it never fails, it's only got one part, you can't break it, you can't mess it up. It'll start a fire anywhere, under any condition. It's absolutely a fascinating device, and they're so cheap. Like I said, Try not to pay more than like 12 bucks for one on eBay. There's a hole there so you can stick a rope through it and, you know, make a neck lanyard out of it. This is the genuine must-have survival tool. Actually, and a good knife too. I love Spyderco police models. Like a Spyderco police model like this you can get off of eBay. There's no counterfeits of these. There's tons of counterfeits of the Gerbers, but you'll never see a counterfeit of the Spydercos. The Chinese can't get it right, I'm assuming. The cheaper Spydercos actually are made in China, but the police models are not among those. And these are, and also too, you could take off the belt clip and mount it any place you want on any of the 4 locations, which is really great. These run you about like 88 bucks. If you buy them retail, they're like 130, but you can get them on eBay from Spyderco wholesalers for like 88 bucks roughly. Really, really a great tool. This is just as good. The only problem is you have sweaty hands where it's wet, you know, your hands are going to slip on this since the scales are made out of stainless. But nothing beats a Spyderco for price and quality. Absolutely nothing, period. But I love these M7 and M9 bayonets. And my favorite knife out of all of these, I only have 2 things, or 3 things here. It would be a CS Plus Gerber, Ferrocerium rod, and the Gerber LMF2. Made in the USA, tougher than woodpecker lips, so useful. There's thousands of destructive videos, people trying to destroy this thing, showing how tough it is on YouTube, literally thousands. And for 80 bucks plus, depending where you get it from, it's a single best bad arse knife to own. So a lot of people ask me to make this video. People, what are you making a knife video for? Well, a lot of people ask me to, so there's the answer to that one. Thanks. Goodbye.